go through some dog and pony show, waiting and all that. Clearly, the failure of the Republicans to come to the floor continues, and therefore we cannot vote on some bills that are pretty important to Oregonians. We honor many people. How about HCR 203 honors the Oregon State Police Trooper? HCR 202, access to health care. Here's one that, all these angry, I'm just going to really get angry here. Senate Bill 1566, Oregon children and youth in out-of-state CCAs. If I'm not mistaken, it has something to do with foster care. And I'm going to tell you, I never was a foster child. I can't even imagine what it's like. And when you're out of state, all alone, on a holiday, I'm going to tell you, this session should never end without us seriously making a run at that. You all care. Here's the Bend urban growth boundary expansion. We've already had Pendleton's boundary expansion we're going to vote for and get in there. How about this? Firefighters and police officers' occupational disease. They are our first responders. We talk about loving first responders. These are the men and women. God forbid something's going down, they're going to save our lives. They're going to put their lives on the line for us and our loved ones. House Bill 4006 You think I'm just reading things. I need to ban on remote sales of vaping. Pesticide bill and Healthy Kids and Farm Workers Act. Everybody cares about that. Everybody up there cares about it. Everybody. People walking around the Capitol care about it. Has nothing to do with partisan politics. Aligning the Indian Child Welfare Act. Of course, the one that we argued about, House Bill 4139, bullying in schools. The Democrats have done nothing wrong on the climate bill that's on the floor. Nothing. That bill has had more public hearings, more amendments, more witnesses, I believe, than probably in the history of any other major piece of legislation in this bill. It has. And clearly, 17 people want to vote for it. You all heard me say what I said on supermajorities. You can't do any revenue increases without a vote of the people. When I was in the House, I've already told my caucus this, you go check the record. In 1995, Senator Byer, I believe, or 1993, I begged the Republicans not to pass that measure. We were in the minority. I begged them. They begged them. I said, how can you do this? The late Vic Atiyeh, a Republican, begged them not to do it. They brought it on the floor, and we had a holy war. A holy war. It's starting in the Rules Committee. Lee Byer was my wing person. Nearly lost him in that. And you know what? They voted it through because they voted it through. Not a single D left the floor. Not a single D didn't show up for the Rules Committee. Now you can say, well, you're not a very good strategist. You can say what you want. I don't leave the floor. I'm sorry. We got 10 days. Everybody likes to talk about Peter. Some people like he's walking slow. Let me tell you, that's the least I'm worried about. So let me end on a very sentimental note to thank you. The person talking from this podium was released this morning and being allowed to go home for the first time in 58 days. And while he and his wife, I don't want to talk about it still, but my wife was crying and things. When I came here on the opening day, I wasn't supposed to be here that morning, and I thought I should show. And I know, though, that I had Senator Lori Monasanis as well as Senator Burdick and others that were watching. It seems like every day that I stayed here too long, or I've gotten tired, or whatever, one of you or some of you have either sensed or done something and said something very sweet to me that allowed me to get through it. I cannot tell you, in this day and age where they say, you don't make friends in politics. And I'm not saying we're all buddies, but somewhere in your hearts you found it to say, is Peter all right? So without that, I wouldn't be showing up for work every day. I'm here, limping, walker, but here. And I could not have done that without you. I mean it. I couldn't. I'm not going to go through the list of things that people say. I couldn't have done it. So I get to go home today because you've helped me go home today. Still got the pick, still more interview, but I get to go home. Sleep in my bed with my wife and my dog. Therefore, I won't get much sleep, but that's the way it is. The point is, that's it. So I'm very grateful to you. This is an emotional time for me. You were very human with me. You were very caring with me. Yes, I've been struggling with this in ways you see I'm getting angrier and angrier and angry because I do not understand human beings that leave after the first half. I don't understand it. To me, you wear the uniform, you wear the uniform. You may not agree with it. You come, you work. Who doesn't go to work? I don't understand it. I'm too old. I got a different tradition of culture. We've done nothing wrong. We continue to work. We still don't care about the people of Oregon. Will you come, please? We got 10 days. We can do it all. Do it all. So with that, I'm going to adjourn us to Monday. Maybe it'll be a really good weekend. So thank you again for your tenderness and caring. Pursuant to Article 4, Section 12 of the Oregon Constitution and Senate Rule 3.01, Sub 2, without objection, the Senate is adjourned without a quorum. So sadly, without a quorum until 11 a.m. Monday, March 2nd, when maybe the sun will truly shine on the state of Oregon. Senate is now adjourned.